Hey friends, welcome back to the shop. In this episode, we are excited about doing a full-on review and test of Auxito's new product, their Jump Starter and Air Compressor.
And what I really like about this product so far is just how small and compact it is. It's really easy for you to stick it in the back of your car. You don't even have to necessarily remember that it's there until you need it.
And it's actually great timing for this because, hey, it's springtime. It's time to head outdoors and do our camping and overlanding thing. And I actually was just beginning to start looking for these through different brands when I noticed the Auxito came out with. So I'm like, hey, can you hook us up with one to go ahead and do some real world testing on? So before we jump into the tests, let's first show you what's in the box.
It's a jump starter.
That's a jump starter?
You want to jump right into testing?
Let's just, no, we're not going to jump right into testing. You got to know what's in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
All right, let's jump to the table, open up the box, show you the contents, and then we're going to get into a couple of real world tests on the 4Runner. All right, right out of the box is a huge bonus that Auxito actually includes a hard shell case in this. Not all brands that have these jump starters include the cases, so this certainly is a nice big bonus for us. Inside, all the contents are falling out because we shook it around a little bit. We have your air compressor line for connection. We, of course, have the paddles to jumpstart you. Then we have a charging cable. It does not come with a charging block, so you want to make sure that you have either a PC or you have a phone charger that you can plug this into. And we have a couple of attachments for the airline, like soccer ball for the kids, beach volleyball. So all three. Oh, also like an air mattress, something of that nature. So 3 different types of attachments for the air compressor. We have our user manual. And then the Big Daddy itself, we have the device. All right, right away, we've got our power button here in the center. We have our minus and plus for the air pressure setting. We have our light button and then the mode button to switch between air and jump starting. So to power the device up, you have to hold the power button in. This is, of course, a safety mechanism, so in case something just randomly hits the button, it doesn't turn it on and drains the battery down. You've got your display gauge here showing you the current battery level that is on this. Then from there, let's turn on our little light here. Hit that button one time.
Blinded by the light.
And while we're already at this end, you can go ahead and see that we got the hazard function on there. And then even, oh, wow, it's a big hazard. It's turning on red. And then we're going to turn the light off. We have our air compressor line connection here. We have our jump starter connection here. And then all the way on the other side, we have our input for the charger. And then, because it is a battery, you can plug in devices to actually charge through the output port as well.
Like cell phones for emergencies.
Cell phones, CPAP machines, laptops, kids' iPads, so they shut up. Oh, I joke because I have kids. All right, let's jump into some tests. Because I don't fully trust every review video that's out there testing these type of devices, I want to be able to actually try to have a real world test. So what we did with the 4Runner is we left the lights on in the shop, left the key in on overnight to drain it down as far as it would actually go to simulate us leaving lights on or leaving things plugged into the 4Runner overnight when we're camping, or anybody leaving lights on overnight. And this is what we're coming back with. So to verify all of that and show each of you this is going to be seamless, uncut, from testing the battery, showing you the voltage, to actually connecting this up. Dana is already inside. There's not even a light on the cluster that's coming on. So we'll show everything from very beginning to the end. No cuts, no edits, so you see the power of this device. So we are at 3.61 volts, and I'm hoping, well, if 3.59 volts on the battery. All right, from here, as simple as it is, these have 3,500 amps, and Auxito states that you can get 50 jump starts out of this one battery. Steps are: open up our port on the side. They do say that once you plug it in, you should try to attempt your jump start within 30 seconds. This wire only goes in one way. Plug it in. We'll attach our ground. Attach our positive. Turn it on. They say to have at least 50% battery power. We are at 95. So Dana, go ahead and attempt to start the 4Runner.
I got light.
All right. Then we'll go ahead and disconnect. Perfect. Now, test number 2. If you like throwing away your money, just go ahead and skip this next portion. But if you are like Dana and I, who we actually like to keep our money, and you are considering purchasing the Auxito Jump Starter or any of the Auxito products and want to save big, be sure to use code WRENCHERS for 15% off of your order directly from their website. Links will be in the description box. All right, test number 2. This is going to be relatable to those that do off-roading, overlanding like us, where you would typically drop the air pressure in your tires in order to soften up the ride. Now here on the 4Runner, we've got 33-inch Mickey Thompsons, and typical daily driving air pressure is going to be about 34 that I keep it at. But if we're going to hit the light trails, we would drop it down to around 20, maybe a little bit less. So to go ahead and just kind of test on how long that would take to go from all 4 tires at 20 back up to 34, we're going to go ahead and do that test now. I won't record all of it, but what I will end up doing is show each of the tires, and then I'll show a total time stamp on how long it took from beginning to end to get us back up to regular pressure to head back home. All right, let's go. All right, we've got our hose attachment on the jump starter. We'll go ahead and plug it in, lock it in, turn it on. Even after jumping the 4Runner, we're still at 91%. We'll hit the mode button to go into the air pressure, and then from here it shows where your current air pressure is, and then we want to set it to where we want it to go. So we're going to hit the minus, because it starts at 36. We're going to go to 34, and then hit the power button. Tire 2. All right, tire number 3. We are at 56% battery. Tire number 4. Okay, so I think we reached the limit of the jump starter for one outing. After jump starting the 4Runner and then trying to air up 4 oversized off-road tires, the 4th one we reached 30 and not 34. Battery was at 0 at that point. It's likely not a realistic test of having to do both of those back to back, but it's also good to know kind of what the limits are depending on what the situation is and what your intentions of that device is as well. So if they were separate, not jumping off a vehicle, then airing them up, no questions, I think it would have easily handled all 4 of the tires, and you already saw it had no problem actually jumping off the vehicle as low as the voltage was on that particular battery. So one final test, and this is going to be another real world test that anybody could find themselves in, is this. Third and final test, and another real world example of what could potentially happen. Let's say you've done a great job of keeping up with your jump starter and ensuring that the charge on it is always at 100% or very close to it. However, you did not do a good job of keeping up with your mini spare and ensuring that it was fully inflated at all times in the event that it was ever needed. So in this test, we have the flat mini spare, and we're going to see how long it takes to go ahead and inflate it. All right, our battery is at 100%. We're going to drop down the desired PSI to 33. Our donut currently has 4 pounds in it. So let's see how long it takes to get this right. All right, that wraps this particular episode up and all the extensive testing of the Auxito Jump Starter. We're impressed with everything that it did, and it most certainly will remain in the trunk of the different vehicles that we have for our road trips as well as our off-roading adventures in the event that we need it. If this video was of value to you, first, be sure to smack that like button and let us know in the comments if any of the particular tests was a favorite for you. And if you are considering purchasing this, be sure to use that code WRENCHERS to save some big money on it. But until next episode, take care, stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.